What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 108 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. 2 days ago, I talked about a book, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, which was part of this Gold Key Dynamite Comics revival of some of the old Gold Key comic book characters from the 1960s who had been roped into the Valiant universe in the 90s, and then they were kind of separated from the Valiant universe, and then the Valiant characters went their own way, and the Gold Key characters kind of floundered over a couple of reboots, and then they had a fairly recent reboot with Dynamite Comics. And this is another character from that set. This is Dr. Solar, or as he's called here, just Solar. Solar Man of the Atom, issues 1 through 4. Like I said, part of the same relaunch of those Gold Key characters that Turok Dinosaur Hunter was from. And I like this about as much as I like the Turok Dinosaur Hunter relaunch, but it is handled very differently than the Turok Dinosaur Hunter book. That book basically said, okay, we have Turok Dinosaur Hunter, and this is what we know of him, so let's see how he came to be that character. So we start off with his origin, and then by the end of that book, presumably we're going to get to see him go through many different adventures as he becomes the character that we know and love. This is handling it almost the exact opposite way, where the legend of Dr. Solar, the superhero, has already happened, and all of this is taking place quite some time after Solar has been a superhero for a little while, and we actually get to see a passing on of the mantle, and we get to see a little bit of legacy stuff going on here. I really like a lot of stuff about this book. Like I said, very different from that Turok Dinosaur Hunter book, but I like it about the same. We get a new character who is Solar. It is the previous Solar's daughter, and what I like about her is that she has absolutely no interest in being a superhero, but unlike a lot of characters who are superheroes and whine about it, she really doesn't have a choice. She had absolutely no say in getting these superpowers, and then her dad is kind of like a ghost in the back of her mind. It's a lot like Firestorm from the DC Universe, and he is constantly nagging her to do this and do that, and I don't think that she really has a choice in anything that's going on here. I don't really think that she could say, screw all this, I'm going to go back to my career as an artist. She really can't do that when her dad exists in her mind as a voice telling her what to do. So unlike characters like, say, Spider-Man in the late 60s or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who are always whining about their life as a superhero, this character really doesn't have a choice in the matter. And I really like her family dynamic here. She didn't really get along well with her dad, and you can kind of see her perspective, and you can see her dad's perspective. He had a life as a superhero, which is, no doubt about it, very important, but then he neglected his family, and that's where she's coming from here. So I really like their dynamic here, and then she also has a brother who is running the company, and he seems like he's being set up as a bad guy in this series, but I still feel for him. He still feels like a very real, sympathetic character, and I'm very interested to see what this series will do with him in the future. I really like just about everything about this book. We get the bad guy here. He's a Jack Kirby-esque robot hunter character. I really like the design of that character because I like Jack Kirby a lot, and the design, to me, it looks like it's trying to evoke Jack Kirby's designs. Like I said, this handles the relaunch of this particular Gold Key character very differently from the Turok book, but it really makes me want to see this Gold Key Dynamite universe actually happen and be a thing. I'm not sure how much of this universe actually happened. I know there was a couple volumes of this book and a couple volumes of Turok, but I'm not sure if all of that ended or if they're still doing stuff today. That's something that I'm not very familiar with. But based on this and the Turok Dinosaur Hunter book, I am definitely interested in reading more from this Gold Key Dynamite crossover universe. So that's about all that I have to say about Solar Man of the Atom. I hope that you guys liked this review, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and check me out on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to check me out tomorrow where I will be doing an entirely different video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.